Mr. Fantastic is one of 4 new characters in Season 1 of Marvel Rivals, so let's cover all of his abilities and team-ups to see if he's right for you. First off, we have his main left-click ability, Stretch Punch. You stretch out a forward punch to attack enemies. Not only does this attack seem to have a really good range since you're basically Luffy, but it's also able to do a 3-hit combo, hitting with a left and a right punch first, but then coming in with both fists on your 3rd hit to deal even more damage. But the combo isn't even the best part of his primary fire. You can damage multiple enemies with his arm stretched out, so you'll be able to click and drag your attack to affect multiple enemies. This is going to be incredibly useful when dealing with groups of enemies and is one of the most appealing things I think Mr. Fantastic has personally. Next up, we have Flexible Elongation. You gain a shield, select a target, and dash towards them, dealing damage to enemies and granting a shield to allies. With this, you can grab your teammates, kinda lasso in front of them and bulk up to shield them from some incoming damage. When you do this, you'll also be generating some healing for yourself. You can also lasso to enemies, doing damage and bulking up the same way, but I'm not sure if the increased hitbox size is really worth doing this on enemies, unless you're just trying to pull aggro from the rest of your team. Next, we're looking at his Reflexive Rubber ability. With this, he'll be able to stretch his body to absorb damage before launching the stored damage in the targeted direction. This ability lasts for around 3 seconds, so I don't think you'll be able to tank for a very long time with this. But right here, we see that he is actually bouncing Iron Man's ult right back at him, which is wild. I know Captain America's shield can also block this ult, but Mr. Fantastic is actually going to be able to direct the damage and aim it wherever he wants. This seems like a super beneficial ability, especially for some ults and heavier attacks. His next ability is Distended Grip. With this, you can extend your arms forward to entangle an enemy, then press left click to pull the hit enemy towards you. Or you can select another enemy and actually knock those 2 enemies together. This is going to be a great ability to use when you want to group enemies together for an ult like Iron Man's, or another DPS character who can absolutely shred groups quick like Moon Knight. One of the coolest things about Mr. Fantastic has to be his passive ability called Elastic Strength. So using your abilities like your primary fire is going to generate elasticity. Once you reach full elasticity, you'll trigger an inflated state that grants a shield and boosts even more damage. With this, you're going to have a meter that builds up when attacking. It seems to activate automatically without a button press when you reach a max of 100. In this state, you kind of Hulk out and can do more damage and get an overshield at the expense of getting a bigger hitbox. You can exit this state at any time if you need to make yourself skinny to avoid those additional hits though. Finally, we get into Mr. Fantastic's ult, which is called Brainiac Bounce. So with this, you'll be able to leap upward and smash the ground, slowing enemies within range. You can leap again as long as you hit any enemy. So this is basically Bucky's ult, except you don't actually have to KO anyone, you literally just have to land a hit. And the hit area on this thing seems fairly massive. You are in the inflated state when you're doing this ult, so you're going to be much easier to hit while airborne, and you don't gain any type of additional overshield. So I guess that kind of makes the ult not insanely OP. And lastly, it wouldn't be a Fantastic Four character without a Fantastic Four team up. The team up is with Invisible Woman and it's called Wedded Harmony. How sweet. This grants Mr. Fantastic damage resistance, and once activated, he can continually generate bonus health, making up for lost health with each passing moment. This passive is also worded in a way that makes it seem that like Human Torch and the Thing are going to be able to use the team up, which makes sense because they're literally a team. Anyway, that's Mr. Fantastic's kit. Make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Rivals content and have a great day.